I'm not gonna do that today. Good day, good way. Holding to you all. It is 7:25. The journey into guidance. The journey into guidance. But again, guidance can also be trickery. If you're being guided by something or someone who does not have your best interests at heart, you're already on a fool's journey. If you're being guided by your own traumas or your own idiosyncrasies, which are still traumas, your own hang-ups, it's a fool's errand. Holiness, what's going on, Johnny? So 7/25/2029. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Ooh, no, let's not go that far ahead. 7/25/2025. Just be careful. If you are journeying based off of somebody else's guidance, but yet you have not made it to the point to where you are, I know how I feel about this word, control. You are not taking control. Card of the day. Read the caption. Card of the day. So card of the day for 7/25 is you're journeying into what's guiding you. But like I was saying, if you don't have enough awareness to understand what's guiding you or why you're being guided, or the most dangerous one, where you're being guided to, it's time to start asking some questions. This blind journey shit, if y'all want to start using analogies and stories and allegories and alliterations, you'll fuck around and end up wandering in the desert for 40 fucking years. And I'm sorry, the common current day human ain't built for that shit. Humans in antiquity were more fit for a fight. We'll use that. They were more dexterous. The average human nowadays would probably only last like 2 or 3 days in the fucking desert, really. So you ain't fit for what you're going through sometimes. And it's kind of like something I was listening to earlier is you got to start asking yourself, why are you going through things? So 7/25, the journey into what's guiding me, 7 plus 25 becomes 32. In my number system, that is the element of air. That is the reasoning process for why you think the way you think. So the journey into guidance is going to be based off of my reasoning process. And then 3 plus 2 from that 32 becomes 5. It's the hierophant. It's what's moving me. It's what's teaching me. But sometimes, as shown on my cards, the teacher is the abuser. The teacher is the abuser when they're only trying to teach you what will keep them safe. So we'll go 7, 25, 32, 5, and then just an overall card for the day. So 7, the journey. The journey that most people are going through on a day like today. Same card from yesterday. Same first card from yesterday. The passion. The element of fire. You're going through what's burning you. This, again, if you've been paying attention to what I was saying, without asking so many questions, is if you don't know why you're going through something, you're already screwed. I have to go through the fire in order to get out of the fire. That is a lot of people's mindset, especially in a scarcity consciousness programming like we're currently existing in, poverty consciousness, scarcity programming. People tell themselves that, you just got to go through this and then it'll pass. No, that ain't always the case. That should leave your ass a slave for 400 years. Telling yourself that you just got to take the conditions until either A, the conditions expire, or B, somebody else come save you. What's up, Pink? But if you didn't do anything to save yourself and you're already on fire, whose fault? Remember I told you, eventually we was going to get to the 32. Well, here's already the reversal of it. Here's the 23. 23, I'm connected to the strongest thought. 32, the element of air is the thought is showing me the proper connection. But again, as I said, if the thought is running the show and the thought is only telling you what to connect to, guidance can become trickery. And I warned y'all about that last year, is that 2025 is the year of guidance, but it's also the year of trickery. It's the year of the tricksters. You're going to see where people, God damn it, boy, if y'all ain't been paying attention, you're going to see where all the people need to perform a trick on you because the trick that they've been pulling on themselves is no longer sufficient. It's not only paranoia, but it's hyper fanaticism and megalomaniac energy when you can't get your way, and so now you need to demonize everything and everybody else, so that the sense of security that you did not perfect within yourself now starts to permeate in everybody else, so that you kind of establish this false sense of balance. If I'm fucked up in here, then I'm fucking everybody else up around me, so that everything's even. That's what you're seeing. But again, if you've already been tricked into improper guidance, the more shit you see falling apart, the more you'll lie to yourself about things coming together. It's a new earth coming. It's a new paradigm. But wait a minute, the building is falling apart. Yeah, that has to happen. You might want to rethink that. Do you have to stay in the crumbling building in order to get to a better home? Again, that should leave your ass enslaved for 400 years with that fucked up ass thinking. So 7, the journey already got you burnt. And you just trying to figure out how to get your energy back. But trying to get your energy back from something that was only designed to take your energy away, even as you give more energy into it to try and get your energy back, the only thing you did was give it what it wanted. But no, I'm taking my power back. But how you take your power back? By giving it more energy. What did it want? Your energy. But here's where foolishness and guidance comes in, and ego, megalomaniac. You're going to trick yourself into saying that I'm fit for this fight, and I'm going to go through this fire because I'm going to burn it, even though it's burning me. Why? That's the 7. You trying to get your fires back. 25, by trusting guidance. 25 is also a 7 too. The journey is whatever I'm telling myself or whatever I've been told the journey has to be. That's the whole answer. The journey that you're going on is the one that you've already trusted in as what you have to go through. Blind fucking faith. So the 25 where I'm going to take guidance, in this case, I'm telling you, guidance is trickery. Guidance is trickery. Remember, you were trying to find out where your fires was at. Holy sheep shit. It's you. You're the phoenix. Why? Because that thought, that divine empress is telling you it loves you. And you just rejoicing in your ability to go through something because you haven't learned how to keep still. Again, as a parent, I hope you were smart enough or wise enough to teach your children better. If there's a fire in front of you, don't go in it. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and definitely sexually. A lot of y'all are not taking that advice. A lot of y'all are not using common sense of, oh, this shit ain't gonna work out for me. And you have that struggle mentality of, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. No self-guidance, no self-accountability, no self-responsibility. So you're rejoicing in your ability to burn yourself. And this is what I've been trying to tell y'all for at least the last 7 years. You better cut that phoenix shit out. Because you glamorize your ability to be the phoenix. But yet if you knew anything about the phoenix goes through at least a 500-year cycle of experiences, and then it extinguishes itself out, and then it reincarnates into the same motherfucking path. I went through some shit and it got to be too heavy, so I had to create a nest of spikenard, myrrh, and cinnamon, and I burnt myself out of existence, but I came back from the ashes. Wait a minute, what ashes? The ashes that had all them traumas that made me quit. I'm going to get up and start again. So did you quit, or did you just take a breather so that you can go back and burn yourself some more? Only you can answer that fucking question. What's going on? So 725 already showing you where you rejoicing in your ability to burn yourself because you've been tricked into told yourself that that's a glamorous thing to do. Endure. Struggle. Why? 7 plus 25, 32. Your thought processes. If the 3 comes before the 2, you already fucked. If you're counting and 3 comes before 2, you already fucked. You didn't learn your lesson. Holy shit, Phoenix. If the 3 comes before the 2, you still on fire. You still on the fire. You still being sacrificed. You still hung up. You still in the ritual. This is the hangman. This is Ifa or Emila. I see everything. I'm the great diviner. But what are you seeing? What I thought I saw. But if what you thought you saw, these are not the droids you're looking for. If what you thought you saw was only the results of what somebody already programmed you to see, did you see it or did you see what you've been told? Take your time with that one. And holy shit, remember I told you if the 3 comes before the 2, you screwed? What's 1 plus 2? 3. See, that 3 tricks you and breaks down so that you have to go more through it to get back into yourself. 3, your thoughts. 3, the empress, the point of creation. What's the point of creation? Doubt. Bonus card, because some of y'all really don't understand that. In anything in any of our lives, we do based off of a doubt. The doubt that we can or the doubt that we can't. So what's the core of every good sacrifice in this existence? Your doubt. Your doubt. Apathy. The empathy point of your connection. 2, 6. This connection to my trauma. The connection to the trauma called doubt becomes apathy. Apathy. I'm not connected to it. I'm not connected to what? You're not connected to yourself. The minute you give more energy to your doubts and your fears, it becomes more about your doubts and your fears than it do be about you. That is how you get motherfuckers hanging off of cliffs and mountains with no fucking gear. That is how you get motherfuckers jumping out of an airplane just to make sure that they can land safely. You understand what I'm saying? Don't go stupid with it. But at the end of the day, that's really what the fuck it is that where you are willing to endanger yourself just to prove doubt wrong. You are no longer connected to your source self. You're connected to the trauma of being. What I can, what I cannot do, and I have to prove to myself. But wait a minute, you gonna prove to yourself that you can hurt yourself? Yeah. But I ain't gonna hurt myself. Holy shit, Phoenix. Your ass is on fire. Why? That doubt is already burning your mind, and you just hoping that your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and sexual capabilities keep you safe. Holy shit, sound like Control-Alt-Delete to me. Sound like your ass is operating out of safe mode because you are already jeopardizing your own, you're already sacrificing your wholeness for the potentials of what you thought you saw or what you wanted to be. Take your time with that one too. That's that 32, your thought processes. But most of y'all are not authorized to think for yourself. And that is not me being funny. You gotta let your life tell your tale. Most of y'all can't think for yourself. Why? Because you got a book, or you got a script, or you got somebody that own your head, or you got to go throw some cards to find out what's coming next. Holy shit. You got to throw some cards to find out what's coming next. You got something else guiding you, tricking you into feeding your fear by helping to create it. Again, your apathy of self will allow you to become tricked by everything else that already understands your fire. So you get into that 5, that 32 becomes a 5. What's teaching you? I already told you. What's teaching you is what's tricking you. You looking for that 1 5, but holy shit, it's 2 of them. Why? Because doubt is double-ended at the minimum. From the lower level human mindset, which we don't really process things in proper dimensionality from my experience, you only see what did happen and what didn't happen. You don't understand the field of possibilities and probabilities. That'll fuck a lot of y'all up. So what I did see can teach me, and what I didn't see, I don't need to know. If only it was that simple. But here's the real 5, the 5 that we pay attention to as we are journeying through this phoenix cycle of sacrificing our energy just so we can learn. Just so we can learn. Knowledge. But knowledge does what? Knowledge gets you fucked up. Remember the aforementioned thing I said about hanging off of a fucking mountain cliff with no gear just to make sure you can do it? If you fail, knowledge got you fucked up. Your need to see whether you could survive got you fucked up. Your need to do something or have somebody else do something for you, that which you wouldn't do for yourself, will have you fucked up. That fear that you ain't enough on your own will have you out here trying to fanatically bandwagon somewhere else. You understand that? So when you are out here in a system that already got you burnt, but you rejoicing in being burnt, you'll get out here and sacrifice your peace because you are now more apathetic to yourself because you already been tricked by what you believe in, and that knowledge got you fucked up. Why? Because it doesn't allow you to keep still. So when you're dealing with people who already have burning mind frames and they're fanatics and they can't think for themselves, the best thing you could do is understand to leave a fool to their foolishness because they ain't got shit to offer you. The only thing they have to offer you is the experience of their own erratic energy. And unless that's what you like to eat, leave them right where they at. Leave them right where they're at. Why? Because they don't have anything to teach you except for how to learn to be still within yourself. But again, like I was using the analogy of the fire as a parent, if your child has a fire in front of them, do you let them go get into the fire so that they get the experience what fire feels like? Or do you let them know, hi, I am guiding you and telling you that that's a danger? Some of y'all would trick yourself. It's just like you seeing in the news. Some of these people with everything that's going on still won't get off of the burning bus because some of y'all would trick yourself. It's just like you seeing in the news. Some of these people with everything that's going on still won't get off of the burning bus because they think that they've already listened to the burning bush. That psychosis that has been ruling over their mind is now playing out in the form of psychotics, and they still don't see the trick. Yes, but no, Infinity. It's kind of like what I'm saying. And trust me, I get what you're saying. But my perspective, especially as a contrarian, don't cancel it out. Just don't feed it. To cancel something out means that it already has the potential to burn you, and now you have to stand in your own fires to cancel it out, which means you already drew a line of attention to it. You understand what I'm saying? To cancel something out means to already go against it. To never give it any fucking energy means to don't even validate its existence. Just don't give it any energy and stay your course. That does not mean pretend like it ain't there. It's like, that's a shit show. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have to waste my energy in canceling it. I just got to make sure I don't cancel me by getting caught up into a ritual of sacrificing my time with something that was already not worth my time in the first place. Because then when you sacrifice your energy, and this is like what you see a lot of people do is, man, they came at me the wrong way. Now I got to tell them who I am. Well, holy shit. If you have to tell somebody who you are, you don't know who you are. Why? Because you just sacrificed your energy to establish a balance with something or somebody who didn't have none for themselves. And that's what you see a lot of times when you get fanatics like that come through here a few minutes ago, is they're searching and they're seeking. What they invest and believe in has not shown them everything they want to see, and so they're in fear mind right now. And so they need to feed. They become psychic vampires. They need to feed off of the steadfastness of others to help balance the erraticism within themselves. They'll need to come disrupt you. And it ain't just, your religious fanatics. These are people who you see who shitpost on other people's points of view all day long. The motherfucker leaving 3-paragraph dissertations on why their point of view is more valid than the other person's point of view. It's that colonized mindset of I'm insecure within myself, and so I need to take away your security. But the best way to keep your security is just stay secure and already see where somebody else is full of shit and it ain't worth dumping your energy into them. Because at the end of the day, that's all they want. So today, 725, where my journey has to be what's guiding me, not what means to trick me. Trust your guidance. But again, guidance has to come from the tower. For my military people, take all instructions from the tower. When you on the range, the rifle range, take all instructions from the tower. Where's the tower? Here. You're your 16. You're your tower. I'm the only person that can pay attention to these traumas, and I'm the only one that can set them free. 6 is your traumas. 6 is your foundation. I am the tower. So if something's going to guide me, it better be from within. And not, well, I got the voice of Jesus within me, or I got Oshun inside of me. It's holy shit. Those are all aspects of myself and separation. And if my self and separation is guiding me, will it not only guide me towards more separation? I can understand what their intentional meanings are and what their analogies are, but at the end of the day, what I see in them better be a reflection of what I already have as awareness within me. Or else you're going out here being guided by shit that's been left here for you by people who wouldn't guide themselves. Patakis, Bibles that's been written over 1,500 years, old scripts, the Book of the Dead, things like that. You're going to be guided by the workings of man that didn't know what the fuck they was going on, and so they start calling it divinity. If I'm going to trick myself, that's all on me. If I'm going to be tricked by everything else that means to guide me, that's still all on me too. So learn to guide yourself. Learn to guide yourself. Scarcity. Less becomes more. This is the star card. Less becomes more. If you star in everybody else's intentions for what they want, remember what you said about canceling negativity? It would have been real easy to trade shots with that fool that was just in here a minute ago, but that would have been connecting my energy into that person's foolishness. So then now, me, without foolishness, just became a fool. Now I'm starring in a shit show. Versus, that wasn't about me. He's already pulled apart. He or she was already pulled apart in their own mind. Why should I join them? Less is more. Oh, wasn't nothing there for me. The awareness told me wasn't nothing there, so don't go there. Star in less shit. Try that in your lives. Star in less shit in this realm that is only designed to pull us all apart. Racism, greed, all that other shit. We sit here and see this shit. This shit kills me. As a human, we see every trick that they're pulling on us and we keep falling for it. Every day they're going to keep doing something else to make us feel like racism is the way, or societal classes is the way, gender is the way, when all those are divisive tactics to make you start paying attention to yourself in separation. So now you're being guided by the things placed here to hold you apart. You're being guided by the things that have been placed here to hold you apart by separating you from your plentifulness. That now that becomes your potential journey. Paying attention to shit that does not allow you to pay attention to you, worst thing that we do. Worst thing we do. And it's not just social media. This is life in general. And we've been seeing this. And this last thing I'll say before we go. Y'all got to be careful when y'all are driving or out here in public. People are pressurized. And people, especially people who have fanatical backgrounds where they're not authorized to think for themselves, when there's too many thoughts in their head, they don't know how to filter them. So getting into road rage incidents with people, and I'm sorry if they cut you off, but you know what? Start saying, hey, they cut me off, but I didn't get hurt. Going about my business. No, that motherfucker cut me off. Now I'm going to follow him for 10 blocks, blowing my horn, agitating an already agitated psychotic mind, and then wondering why shit go left. And y'all probably hate me for this one. Or understanding that you are in a system that don't give a fuck about the law. They only understand the color of law or the court of opinion and not the court of facts. Not commercial law, like consumer law, not any other fucking variation of law. Just what they want to believe in. That's why it's called color of law. They color in the parts that feel good to them. If you understand that's the way the system works, when you're out here and you're immersed in this system, should you get into an event with one of these slave catchers, police, once you get into an event with one of them, if you already know that they're not going to honor what you are now aware of, your rights and all this other bullshit, do what you know how to do when it's safe for you to do. But when you're dealing with an already agitated, irritated mind who's already irresponsible in a system that is already irresponsible and unresponsive to you, why set yourself up for failure? See, knowledge will get you fucked up, but awareness will tell me, not now. Not now. Everything I know, I'm going to use it in a proper format to keep me safe. Now I'm going to use everything I know to put myself in danger and then wonder why I get fucked. See, at some points, you got to shut the fuck up and let your ego go to sleep. If what you know is of such a detriment to where you can use it to set yourself free, don't put yourself in danger. That's all I'm saying. Stop being fucking dumb and trying to prove a point to people who points don't fucking matter. If you're going to keep playing in their system, then you have to learn to play their fucking game until you stop playing the fucking game altogether. But I digress, because you're going to do what you want to do. Does it kind of include the whole you are what you think about? That's, to me, a lower level misnomer. You're not what you think about. You're what you allow. You're what you allow. You can think about being a fantastic fairy. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being real. You can think about being a fantastic fairy 23 hours a day. It's not going to happen because the compilation of thoughts in this collective consciousness are not conducive to your primary thought. You're going to think you can be a millionaire. And that's not just going to happen unless you move your variable rates of manifestation, alignment. If you move your variable rates of manifestation called alignment, then you can get to that result. But I'm a millionaire and I never done anything different in a system that always does the same. Then it's not going to hit you unless you take chance. But what you think about and what you actually move your energy towards has a higher rate of manifestation in converse to everything that is already in manipulation around you. The spheres of magic. And it's not just magic as in a cult, that's just the spheres of magic, the way energy flows. You are in a collective consciousness. You cannot just think about what you want to become without doing something to help create it. And your rights of creation is in counter to everything and everyone you're connected to, even when you don't honor the connections. I could tell myself I want to be a fireman. The person next door, not hoping this happens, the person next door could set their house on fire. That don't mean I'm going to go be a fireman. I'm going to get fucked up. Why? Because I don't have the training. So I'm telling myself I'm a fireman, but there's a fire next door. Holy shit, I might get killed trying to save them. But if I take that I'm a fireman thought and now I go to Fireman's Academy and learn how to, accomplish that skill, then holy shit, now I can save others. So that's the problem is a lot of people think about shit, but they don't never do. So then they only end up doing, shitting on themselves. And the other thing I'll say before I get out of that is you can tell yourself that you're doing something towards it, but if you're not staying in alignment with what you want and you are now on the path for what others have guided you into, when it shows up, you're not there. Hi, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, do this, that, and the other, and then you can achieve it. Okay, so then it's there, but holy shit, I got into this relationship, or I got into this argument, or I got into trouble. See what happened? You missed what you manifested because you fell prey to manipulation. That happens to us on the daily. But I'm just saying. So 725, don't be guided by something that's only out here designed to trick you. And the most thing is people are out here trying to trick you because they fell prey to the tricks within themselves. And unfortunately, that bullshit ass law of attraction is like attracts like. People with psychoses and dismantled mindsets only mean to dismantle yours so that they feel safe. Don't fall for that shit. Wholeness. Y'all have a good day.